Welcome back, broskies. We got a lot going on, but we got to get to the bottom of the oil debacle. We got some good oil pressure now, but I still don't have a lot of oil up top. There is a bolt that's skinny, and I'm going to show it to you in 1 second. But the way you know that on the FE motors, number 3 is the one that has this skinny cutout. So let me show you what that looks like. It dips down and then up. See how it dips and then goes up? That's so that the oil can go by it. Here's number 3, boom. So that was in the right hole. So just in case you guys are wondering, that's not the problem. On this side, it's number 6. So that's the second bolt in. We'll deal with that after the fact. Let's get oil on this side. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna yank all these bolts off and I'm gonna take this rocker arm right off, the whole assembly. And I'm gonna make sure that I didn't spin this tube upside down because there's probably holes in a groove in the bottom, but I'm gonna make sure I didn't do that. And then while I have this arm off, we're gonna crank this thing over. And when we crank it over, I'm gonna show you the hole that it should come flying out of, because we got like 80 pounds of pressure on the crank, or 60. It should come flying out. Let me show you. I broke them loose, just take them all out, and I'm gonna leave the push rods in place. It shouldn't drop any of them in. If it does, I have to take the intake off and fix it. But I shouldn't have a problem. So let's slowly lift it, and let's inspect this thing. I'm gonna clean it and blow air through it and see what happens. There is a way to look inside. I guess I have to take it apart, or maybe I can shine a light in here and look in here. But I'm gonna clean this up a bit and blow air through it too, to make sure that all the passages are open. So let me just throw this aside. Always keep everything the way you take it off. That's the way you lay it down. That's the way you put it back on. That way you don't gotta try to figure stuff out. See how all these push rods are just dangling? I'm gonna turn them over. They should just go up and down without falling in the hole. If they do, I have to stop immediately and figure that out. All right, so I have the distributor cap off and unplugged. I don't know why I did both, but it's fine, it's unplugged. It's not gonna start. That's important. We don't want it to start. So I'm gonna pull this out of the way. Now I want you to see this. See, there's number 1 hole, there's number 2 hole, there's number 3 hole. See how big that is? That's the oil hole, and there's number 4 hole. So number 3 is the big hole. There is oil in there, I can see oil. I am gonna turn it over now. I hope and pray that all the push rods kind of stay where they are and they just kind of move up and down and they don't fall in the hole. I believe you're gonna get oil shooting way the hell out. Let me grab the plunger. Here we go. So just in case it comes flying out, I'll hold the rag, but I don't know. I don't even know what it's gonna do. I'll let it hit the rag if it's gonna hit anything, but let's see. You ready? Let's see. I don't see a lot of... Oh, there it is. Look at it flying out. That is a lot of oil. That's good. That's what we wanted. It took a minute to get up there, so I don't know, maybe there was a blockage in there for a second. I have no idea. It took a minute to get up there, but it went up there and the oil pressure is really, really good, dripping all over my pipe. So we're gonna have a lot of smoke in here. Yes, Luis. Let me put a rag in there. All right, anyways. I don't care what anyone says. That makes me happy, because if it wasn't coming up through that hole, there was a possibility, and I did this 5 years ago, that I put the head gasket on the wrong way. And that meant that I blocked the oil hole. But I didn't. I did it the right way, and it's right. So I'm not even worrying about the other side. I'm trying to find a remedy for one side. Once I got this side and I got oil and I see things working the right way, then I'll pull the other side and I'll double check it. I think we'll be good if I can get this side right. I wish I could take it apart. I guess I could. It's just, I didn't want to waste time taking it apart. If I put it back together and I don't see a lot of oil up there, I'll wish I took it apart. That starter was clunking around. Did you hear it? Ram, ram, clungling, ram, ram, clungling. I don't know what that really means, and I don't really care. Let's just get this oil going. There's actually 2 holes. There's a hole here and a hole here. This is dead on the bottom, like it should be. And then there's also one here. So that makes me feel a lot better. I think there was some kind of blockage there. I don't know, man, but there's definitely oil coming up. So I'm gonna clean this up and just put it back together. This all sounds good and feels good. I'm very happy. I squirted all of them out. They're all got good passage, nothing blocking. We'll put this thing back together. Bend this a little bit. There we go. Kind of excited that this has got oil coming up good. Listen, as long as we start it and run it now, if it's not a ton of oil, but it ain't clanking and making noise. Because remember, she was making noise, man. She wasn't getting nothing with it before that oil pump went in. And now it's not making noise. I haven't heard it making any noise. It's not as quiet as I'd like it, but it's pretty quiet. Now, the right way to do this is to put it on top dead center. I did not do that. It's really not going to be a big deal. I mean, you don't have to do that, but if you go by the book, that's what you're supposed to do. Them up, and then I'll get the torque wrench on them. They're, I think they're 45 pounds. So we got the hot wire in. Let's set this thing up and fire her up. I'm ready. Let's fill the bowl up so that it'll run long enough if it's out of gas. Front bowl is empty, so I think we're out of gas, but this will keep it running for a few minutes, long enough to get some oil up there, I hope. A little bit for the car, a little bit for me. That's why I don't put gas in my cans anymore. That was bad. I didn't swallow it though. I realized when it got in my mouth, oh man. That'll leave a bad taste in your mouth. I think we can fire this thing up. Ready? Fire in the hoe. I don't know why it's doing that, to be honest with you. Might have fouled out a plug, I'm not sure. Everything's on. Let's see. Hey, hey, hey. Quiet, very quiet. It's only running on 7 cylinders though. Coming out. I'm a happy man. There we go. We're getting oil. That noise is not coming from the engine. That noise is coming from down there. I'm tapping something down there in the front. I got to check everything out. This side was making a lot of noise. It wasn't getting any oil. Now it is. First of all, I'm sure the oil pump had a lot to do with it. But second of all, when I took it apart and cleaned it, when I took it apart and turned it over, and it wasn't getting anything, and all of a sudden, poof, I think there was a blockage in there and it pushed it through. So I think we're good to go, boys. I'm happy. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the little bell. This way, when we put a new video up, boom, you'll get notified. Hey, remember, stay off the couch. Get out in the garage, man. Get something fixed. And if you don't have anything, if you really don't have anything, go out and find you an old car. Put a motor in it. Get it hot rodded up and get it down to the track and have a little fun. Meet us down there. We're going home and eat dinner. See this? Look, if you go under here, it's hitting. This is what's hitting, Devin, right here, man. I'm going to move it. There we go. All right, there we go. Wow, that was definitely hitting, and it was making a noise. That was a weird noise, man. I'm like, damn, where's that coming from? That's what it was. It was my tranny line. It was pushed up on the bottom of the harmonic balancer, and it was making noise, you know. So we're good to go. I'm a happy man.